Hello everyone, it's Hassan again, coming at you with another responsive web design project. Today we're going to build the technical documentation page, so hopefully this helps somebody. Recently thank you for all the comments so far, really positive, and it's really motivating me to make more videos. Fellow by the name of Bob Joe, thank you for your comment. I had no idea you can make test suites in FreeCodeCamp. So this is just a way to test to make sure that you passed all the user stories that FreeCodeCamp provided. So all these user stories. I didn't know this, so thank you for this comment. I really appreciate it. If you go to settings, then you go to JavaScript and you change the preprocessor to Babel, then you get the script CDN at the bottom of the FreeCodeCamp page. You add it here, you click Save Settings. You should get a little hamburger here. If you click on the hamburger, you get like a test suite. So you can click on the project you're working on and then run tests to see if you're passing any of the user stories, any of the tests. So you can see right now I'm not really passing. I'm passing two actually. I have no idea how, but I'm passing two. Doesn't seem to make sense. The header element there must come. Doesn't make sense. Something must be broken here because I've got nothing on the code at the moment. That's very strange. So anyway, let's start with the project. It's quite, I think it's quite a tricky one in a way. I mean, once you got the basic structure down, I think it's relatively simple, but getting the structure is a bit difficult. So I kind of copied the structure from the FreeCodeCamp example that they gave here. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So because we're running tests, I'm going to be very careful with what I type. Before I'm just creating divs all over the place and naming classes whatever I like. Whereas here they're very particular about the name, the IDs and the classes you give. So I'm going to be a bit more careful. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing, main ID equals main doc. Let's just copy and paste it so we're safe. Boom. And let's make this I don't like the way they structure the user stories because if you're going to build a nav bar, shouldn't you do that first rather than creating the sessions and then going back and creating a nav bar? It doesn't make a lot of sense. So just from what I've been taught, it's always best to get the structure down first and then focus on the classes and the styling a bit later. So let's use my method for now. So let's make the nav bar first. So nav, let's copy this. So for this project, we're going to use lorem ipsum for the documentation. So we're going to call the header lorem ipsum. This is like the nav bar title. So it's right over there. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is select nav bar, and we want this to be position fixed, which just means that whenever I scroll down the page, the nav bar will be in the exact same, will be in that position, no matter how far I scroll. So position fixed, we want to give it a width of, let's say, 300 pixels and a height 100%. Background color. There you go. So now we have the nav section here. So we want all the nav items in this section, and with the rest of the content in this section. So now we can build the section main section page, main document page. Several section elements. Okay, so let's just create a div. I know they didn't tell us to, but it just makes sense for my end for making the structure. So let's make some sections. Section class main section. Okay, each class of main section. The first element should be 5. So let's make 5. Boom, boom, boom. One more. Okay, now we have 5 sections. Should be a header. Okay, so now we need the headers from this lorem ipsum page. Let's just copy and paste this. Header. Boom. So this, let's call this div. Let's choose ID equals technical doc writing. And let's give this width of, let's say 75%. Okay, so there you go. I see what's happening. So because I use position fixed, the text is appearing somewhere here. So that's why you may not see the text right now. So if we just add a lot of margin, this isn't good practice. Like ideally you want to use Flexbox or CSS Grid, but in this case, because it's quite a simple page, we can just use margin left. Let's use margin left 300 pixels. Let's make more, 220. So now we can see the actual text. There you go. So there we have header and the text there. And that's the basic structure of the page. Navbar here and text here. So now we have the structure, we can start implementing the text, the inputs and the text that, not the input, sorry, the text that FreeCodeCamp asks us to include, as in the paragraph elements and the code elements and the li elements. So let's first make it look a bit more pretty, okay? So let's adjust the header. Let's make it bold. So font weight bold. Nice bold. Let's make it font size. Let's make it 20px. That looks better. For the nav bar, let's center the nav bar title. So we can just do nav bar center. So that's centered in the middle. Okay, cool. So let's add the lorem ipsum text now. June. So there you go. We have the text here. It doesn't look very pretty right now, but we can fix that later. So let's change the paragraph elements to actually just do paragraph. Let's do font size is 10 px. Let's change this to 22. Yeah, sorry, my OCD is kicking in. Okay, so there we have the structure of the page. First one, it is quite strange, but I've never done this before. Each section should have ID corresponding to the text of each other. Okay, it's a bit tedious, but we can do it. So I guess the section has to be ID equals what is lorem ipsum, like that. I'm not sure. Any spaces should be replaced by underscores. Okay, so there's no space next to the question mark, so it should be like that. Let's do the same for the rest. So let's fill in the rest with text. Let's the rest of the sections with text. So let's add that. Wrap this in the header. And for the last one, let's just copy and paste this. Where can I get some more? Okay, so there we go. We've got the different sections of the page. For some reason, I forgot to add the paragraph. Let's add 2 for this one. Okay, so that looks a bit better. Let's take away the background now because we don't need to know the different sections of the site. So take away the background. Okay, moving on. The main section values 10 p elements in total. Okay, that's relatively easy. We just split up the paragraphs into new paragraph elements. So we can just do it like this. This. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's split this into one more. Boom. There you go. So that's 10. 5 code elements. Okay. So let's Google code elements. Code elements. So this is just a way of displaying computer code, basically. So we can, I'm not sure the correct way to use this. Because we based it on lorem ipsum, it's kind of tricky to add code, but I guess we can just steal something from the source, the page source code. So maybe we can just steal this. It's probably not very relevant, but maybe just help you guys out, give you an example. Copy JS part. Copy elements. So let's add a new section. Let's paste this here, take away, and let's add a new section. And let's call this lorem ipsum code. And let's paste this inside this section here. Let's take away the iframe, let's add the code element. And I think you have to add pre to it. Yeah, something like that. It shouldn't stretch right across the screen. I guess we can just, for now, just do code overflow hidden. We're gonna it stretches right across the screen, which isn't good. I'm going to just change the width. So this, nope. Let's just do 500 px. 200 px. Okay, it's not working. I'm not sure why it's not working. Let's try and use the inspect tool. Inspect overflow. Let's try and pre actually. Overflow. Okay, that should work. Yeah, okay, that's working. So 5%. No, we don't want, we want 100%. There you go. So now it's correctly in line with the rest of the text. So now we can just create multiple versions of these. So let's try. Oops. It's probably cheating, but it's just for the sake of showing you what the code element does and what the pre element does. Okay. Next one actually contains at least 5 li items in total. Okay, that's relatively easy. If you choose a random section, let's choose this one. And let's add an unordered list. So ul, I'm going to add a few li's. Let's just add lorem, ipsum. Let's add this 5 times. So there we have the list. You can see the nav element, the ID, nav bar. I think I've done that already. Yep. Okay, so now let's create links on the nav bar that will go to the particular section of the page we want it to. So inside the nav, we can create a link. So A, and then let's say we want to go to this section of the site. What is lorem ipsum? We can just click on this link and it will take us to that section of the page. Especially useful if you have a lot of documentation and you don't want the users to scroll through everything to find the information they want. They can just click on the nav bar and go directly to the place they want to go to. So let's do href equals, and then let's call each one by its section. Yeah. Okay. So let's just call it first session. I'm probably breaking some free code camp test rule here, but it's worth it for the demonstration. So here's the first section. So here's the first section. Oh, it already has an ID. Oh dear. Okay, let's just use this ID. What is the lorem ipsum? So we take this, click on here. Okay, so let's wrap each in a div. Div class equals nav link. Div class equals nav link. Okay, so if I click on this one, oops, okay, wrong. What did I do wrong? I forgot to add the cache. So now let's try this again. I'll go to that section of the site. If I click on what is lorem ipsum, I go to what is lorem ipsum. If I click on where does it come from, I'll go to where does it come from. So let's add the rest of the links. Okay, so now if I click on the different links, I should go to that particular section of the site. Click on here, I go to that particular section of the site. Okay, cool. So let's quickly make this look a bit more prettier, make the nav bar look prettier. So we can do nav link, margin top. Let's just do margin bottom actually. Margin bottom. Let's remove the underscores. And we can remove the underline here. Let's quickly check this. Remove underline from link. From link CSS. Text declaration none. Okay, so we can do nav link, text declaration. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, let's try. There you go. So now we have the underlines removed. Okay, last thing, media query. So it's quite easy to do. Let's type in media query. So this just means that a screen of 600 pixels or less, this styling will occur. So for our side, we don't need to change the background. We can just, I guess a more common thing to do is remove some information. So let's remove the lorem ipsum code when it's 600 pixels or less, which is typically on mobile. So we can just select select lorem ipsum code in the media query and just add, should we select the ID and add display none. Okay, so now if we inspect and then we go on mobile and we scroll down, okay, nothing's happening. Okay, let's try on iPhone 6. Okay, there you go. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can see that if you can see, there's no code section. This is some basic responsive problems. Because we use margin left instead of flexbox, it's not responsive. So typically we wouldn't use margin left 300 pixels, but just for this demonstration, it's okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I think that's it for today's challenge. Let's see how many tests we pass. I'm guessing around like 13 because I can't have got them all right. 12, yeah, something around that. There's always some like I missed some wording or something, or some minor thing that I missed. So here it's saying any space is replaced by underscore. So I'm missing something in the naming of a section. So I don't know what I missed there. Link. I think I've done that. So these are things you can fix yourself. It's not too tricky. Given the time, though, I can't make sure I pass all of these. But it's just basic misspelling, I'm guessing. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully this was useful. Hopefully this helps a lot of people. Thank you for all the comments. I really appreciate it. Keep subscribing, keep liking. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.